The following video was recorded around 3 a.m. by a guy who struggles to sleep at night, so he usually keeps himself busy until the exhaustion finally kicks in. On this particular night, he was watching TV like he always does, but when he stood up to head to bed, he suddenly felt something. Watch this.
What's up? What the f? Did you hear that jingle then? You hear that jingle? That definitely moved. What the f is going on in this house? And my cat as well just keeps doing this. My cat just keeps walking around meowing, which is also freaking me out. So weird. So weird. Are you here to hurt me? Are you here to do me harm? Are you friendly? Whoa, what the f? Nah. Nah, f off. No way. What the f? No, man. No way that just moved. Loki? Loki? You need to get out of my house, whatever you are, whoever you are, you need to leave. You need to leave right now. What's going on? For fuck's sake.
The moment viewers saw the African mask hanging on his wall, the comments section exploded. People wanted to know where he got it, how long he'd had it, and whether its presence lined up with the strange activity he'd been experiencing. And the more he talked, the more everything started to make sense. He revealed that he's owned the mask for a year, but it had only been inside his home for a couple of months. And ever since then, he'd been hearing noises while lying in bed. Light taps, distant footsteps, soft shuffling in the hallway. At first, he ignored it, but now it's escalating. Another morning, around 4 a.m., wide awake again and unable to shake the uneasiness, he finally decided to make a video for everyone begging to see the mask up close. Watch.
Anyone's got any opinions on this after they've seen it up close? What kind of mask it is? How old it might be? No expert. But what the f? Well, that's not freaky, is it? Jesus Christ. for stuff now. Hello? Hello? Hell. Everyone's been saying, why have you got the lights off all the time? The landing light does not work, right? There's no bulb in this light. Because usually I ain't shit scared of going upstairs. But I'm doing this because I just want to try and prove to you all there's nobody in the house but me and whatever the this is with me. Oh! Oh my god! Oh, you fucking hell. There was a figure in the window. There was a silhouette in the window. There was a silhouette in the window. Oh my god. Oh my god. Why are you doing this? Huh?
After that clip surfaced, his viewers began sharing their own experiences with similar African masks. Some claimed the masks brought them sudden waves of bad luck until they removed them from their homes. Others said their once quiet house became strangely active and unsettling the moment the mask was hung up. Many urged him to get rid of it before whatever was attached to it got comfortable. And here's where things get even more intriguing. In many African cultures, traditional masks aren't just decorations. They're spiritual artifacts. Some are used in ceremonies to honor ancestors, summon spirits, or protect the tribe. But others serve as conduits, symbols meant to channel ancient energies, often tied to rituals outsiders may not fully understand. If a mask like this was once used in a ritual or belonged to a lineage of spiritual significance, it could carry an imprint, a presence. So the real question is, does he just have an artifact on his wall, or did he unknowingly bring something ancient into his home? In this next clip, two friends were on their way home after a party. They were still laughing, still hyped, and decided to record a quick video to send to the friends who couldn't make it, just to show them how the night went and how chaotic the party had been. But while filming that harmless update, they ended up capturing something entirely different. Have a look.
Got my son in the backseat. Shut your You ain't getting no ice cream! Why do you scream like that? No. Hello? Hello? I don't like that. Dude, that was her. Got the phone. What the heck? Did we just catch a paranormal Grab the phone. I'm not doing this no more. Grab the phone. I'm trying. Don't leave me. What do you do? I was about to fall on my face.
your door.
Is it still recording?
Yes.
Oh my god, it's me.
Now, here's where things get strange. The exact moment they screamed, the car's light suddenly went off. But could there be a normal explanation? Some people think so. They argue that loud vibrations inside a car can loosen wiring or cause an already faulty light to flicker. Maybe the timing was just a strange coincidence, but others aren't buying it. They point out that the light didn't dim. It cut out instantly, like something interfered with the energy around them. Some are convinced they might have stirred up something they couldn't see, something that reacted the moment their voices spiked. So did their screaming disrupt the car light? Or did they unknowingly catch a paranormal moment on camera? You decide. Now in this next video, a woman named Jennifer Ricks stumbled upon an old clip her daughter recorded about a year ago. Before finding this video, Jennifer had already been dealing with strange things around the house. Moments where she'd be sitting completely still, home alone, and a dark shadow would walk past the hallway like it had somewhere to be. Her dog, normally calm, also barks at odd hours of the night, sometimes staring into corners as if watching something move. But she never connected any of it. Not until she saw this clip. According to her daughter, the moment she was filming, it felt like someone was trying to take a peek at her from behind the door. That quiet, unsettling sensation of being watched, the same feeling Jennifer herself had dismissed for months. And when you put this clip side by side with all the strange things that have been happening in the house, it's hard not to understand why Jennifer now believes something is truly off. But the real fear isn't what they've already seen, it's what might come next. If this presence has been around for over a year without them realizing it, what else has it been doing that they haven't noticed yet? Until more updates come in, this one remains completely unsolved. The following footage was taken by a man's home camera, and what he later saw still stuns him to this day. Have a look.
You want to see something weird? I have the blink camera in the poltergeist attic. Now I know that nobody is home. I check back on the footage and I see a light turn off downstairs. But there's nobody home. Nobody home. Nobody home. Very weird, but a very, very good capture. Check this out. I mean, people could be like, oh, well, there was somebody down there. And I wouldn't post something like that, right? This is crazy.
The craziest part of this footage is that you can clearly hear the sound of the light switch being flipped. That sharp, unmistakable click that only happens when someone physically touches it. Your first thought might be an intruder, right? Someone wandering through the house without his knowledge. But that theory falls apart quickly when you know the other things he's shared. Objects in his house have moved suddenly without explanation. A few times, items have even fallen on him, as if pushed, and more than once, he's caught faint laughter echoing from this exact same room. Soft, almost playful, but definitely not human. Viewers who analyzed his older clips pointed out something else. Strange-looking dolls and toys scattered around the room, some with faces that look unsettlingly worn or distorted. He's never addressed their origin, but people can't help but wonder if one of them is tied to whatever's going on. So when you take everything together, the laughter, the objects moving, the eerie toys, and now a light switch flipping on its own, the idea of an intruder becomes the least likely explanation. It feels more like something has made this room its space, something that doesn't mind being heard, and now doesn't mind being seen. But in the end, I'll leave it to you. What do you think he's dealing with? Having a home camera is like having an extra pair of eyes watching the moments you never even knew were happening. And that's exactly what happened in this next clip you're about to see. Watch. The camera suddenly detected movement, followed by loud banging and knocking that seemed to come out of nowhere. The owner of the house said it felt like something was there, something she couldn't see but definitely could hear. That's why she decided to share the footage online, hoping other people might catch something she's been missing. So take another look. What else do you see in this clip? In this next clip, a man and his son went to check on a storage unit where he keeps all his fancy collectibles and strange antiques. But lately he's been convinced something malevolent is inside that unit. Objects shift on their own, and even the employees have reached out to complain about loud crashes and bangs coming from his space. They even invited him over so they could show him the clips themselves, and confirm whether he was anywhere near the facility when those sounds were recorded. But he wasn't. And that only made his suspicions feel a whole lot more real. But the staff didn't believe him at first, so he decided to prove it. He set up cameras inside the unit. Watch.
But just watch the video for yourself.
After he posted this clip, viewers swarmed the comments warning him to never take the cursed monkey doll home. This doll, which cost him nearly $2,000, has a history he didn't know about until it was too late. From the moment he brought it into the unit, the activity escalated. Wherever this doll sits, things fall, objects slide, and even heard from people that once owned something like it, that it might be tied to old ceremonial practices, or that the doll was once used as a vessel in rituals meant to house wandering spirits. Whether any of that is true, well, that's up for debate, but one thing is certain, he's never carrying that doll home. Now, in this next video, the popular Midwest ghost hunter Ian continues his exploration inside one of Nebraska's most notoriously haunted places, the Argo Hotel. If you've been following his investigations, you already know this place has a reputation for strange activity, and Ian has captured plenty of it on camera. But on this night, after wrapping up his walkthrough, he realized there was one room he hadn't checked. Watch.
Those are some freaky dolls. Did you just make that noise? It definitely came from over here. Little girl, if that was you, would you be able to... Oh, God! Alright, that's it. That's it. That doll just turned and looked at me, and I am done. Get me out of here. Get me out of here. Alright, guys. I know I ran, but damn, that was freaky. I don't know. I just couldn't handle it down there anymore. There's just a whole nother feeling, especially when you're all by yourself. Oh man, that was so freaking crazy. I can't believe that doll just turned and looked at me like that. It looked like it was possessed. Like, it literally, like, I was worried I was gonna get possessed or something. Like, oh my gosh, dude, that was so freaking scary. Holy moly. But anyways, I'm gonna leave cameras down there for the rest of the night. I think I'm gonna call it a night. I'm about at my limit for now. But this is a fantastic location. I absolutely love this place. This was such a fun investigation. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I don't know what else to say. Yeah, be sure to like it. Again, comment your thoughts down below, and also subscribe if you haven't already. But I'll see you guys on the next one.
The doll suddenly turns, slowly, directly toward him, almost like it's aware of him, like it's responding. And in that moment, Ian is done. Completely done with this place. He leaves immediately. No hesitation, no second guesses. But the question is, how did it move? The most well-known spirit in the Argo Hotel is a woman named Alice, believed to haunt the basement. According to local stories, she passed away in childbirth in the 1940s, and people say she still wanders the halls searching for her lost baby. Some think she attaches herself to children's toys. Others believe dolls act as vessels that make it easier for her to communicate. Whatever the case may be, the Argo Hotel continues to leave investigators with more questions than answers, and to this day, the mystery remains. In the following video, a guy is making a quick video to show his sister's fiance just how creepy the crematorium where he works can get after hours. What starts as a casual walkthrough quickly turns into something far more disturbing. Watch this.
Lights, they turn off automatically at a certain hour. And I'll tell you right now, I'm gonna walk you through now. I have a friend that works that he would see and hear things coming from these furnaces when they're burning the bodies. So when I'm walking through here, they usually put the urns out to send to the families. So when I'm walking here at night, I walk right by these urns that they put on these tables here. And then I come down, freaking out. crazy.
Now, crematoriums already carry a heavy atmosphere. The energy there is said to linger, trapped between the living and the dead. Some even believe places like this can absorb emotions, grief, pain, fear, and release them in strange ways. Others think the constant contact with the deceased could make it easier for spirits to attach themselves to the living, especially workers who spend long nights alone. Now, back to the guy in this video. He's convinced there's a ghost haunting this crematorium, and until someone gives him a better explanation for what he saw, he's not budging from that theory. So what do you think? Paranormal encounter, or something else? You decide. Now, this next video was captured at around 3:15 in the morning, and after what happened, there was no way the guy could go back to sleep. Watch this.
Estaba por entrar a mi casa, son 3:15 de la mañana, y la luz empieza a ser así, no sé. Sinceramente siento que hay alguien acá. No sé por qué lo presiento. Si te querés mostrar, mostrate ahora. Hay alguien sentado ahí. Hay alguien sentado.
Only people who've woken up to the sound of something unexplainable can truly relate to the kind of terror this brings. That feeling of being watched, of knowing you're not alone. And for this guy, it's not a one-time event. Strange things keep happening in his home, often at the same exact hour, like something's deliberately choosing that time to make itself known. But many who followed his story were relieved to find out it wasn't the Teddy this time. The same Teddy that's moved on its own in several of his earlier videos. But that only made people wonder, what if it was never the Teddy? What if whatever's in his home simply uses different objects to get his attention? Or worse, to toy with him? Some say he's dealing with a spirit that feeds off fear, while others think something darker might be attached to the house itself. Until he shares another update, what's really tormenting him remains a mystery. In the following clip, a woman named Jess shares a chilling story, one that's been haunting her for over a decade. Jess lost a close friend named Derek 13 years ago, and ever since then, he's never really left. No matter where she moves, strange things follow. Lights flickering, footsteps in empty rooms, objects shifting on their own. And in her new home, one she moved into just a few months ago, it seems Derek has somehow found her again. Watch this.
Mary, what? He's doing it again. He's doing it again. Mary, he's doing it again. Derek! Hey, Derek! I know you're dude. Derek! Derek! I'm talking to you, man. Stop f***ing me, dude. Calm down, Jessica. It's okay. It's okay. Calm down. It's just Derek. It's just Derek. Hey, Derek. Hey, Derek. What you doing, buddy? I miss you. Derek. What are you doing, buddy? You know I love you. You know I love you. Hey, Derek. Come on, you dumb... What the f...
Now, a lot of people believe Jess might be unknowingly holding on to something that once belonged to Derek, something personal that's keeping his spirit tethered to her. Others think Derek could be trying to communicate, perhaps trying to deliver a message she's missed for over 13 years, something that, once understood, might finally allow him to move on. But not everyone agrees. Some say she's making a dangerous mistake, that what she's experiencing isn't Derek at all, but something pretending to be him, using her grief to gain her trust. A few even suggested she check her attic, where energies tend to gather in old houses, and when she finally did, this is what she found.
Y'all wanted me to come up to the attic, okay? This is the wall that y'all saw some shit on. And these are the stairs. Like, my husband has all his clothes, of course. But if you look up there, there's no windows. I'm not going all the way up there because it scares the shit out of me. There's no windows. There's a sofa, some mirrors, a chair, his clothes, but there's no windows up here, okay? There's nothing up here that would have done anything. See? No window. No window. No windows. Nothing. Absolutely nothing up here. Other than like his toolboxes and a chair. I'm not going up here because it's too scary for me. But there are some mirrors, which is weird for an attic. A fan. See, there's no windows. This is my attic. There's nothing up here that could have done that shit. Alright, I'm getting the out of here because it feels weird.
So, is Jess truly being visited by the spirit of her old friend, or something else wearing his face to keep her believing? I'd love to hear your thoughts on this one. Now, in this next clip, we're looking at footage captured inside a daycare in East Tennessee, one that used to be an old church before it was converted. Watch this.
The video I'm about to show you is very disturbing. I'm just gonna let it play for you and then I'll give you the background.
See? Lights go off. Now watch. You're gonna see.
What you just saw was security footage that was sent to me by a woman who worked at a daycare in East Tennessee, Appalachia region. This daycare is actually a very old church that was turned into like a private daycare school. She said that events leading up to this, she was kind of having some weird experiences where she would be in her office after hours and would hear like people walking down the stairs, and then she would go check the stairwell and nobody would be there, or she would hear noises coming from classrooms and open up the door and see nothing. She said she would be the only one on the property at this time because she was in charge of like opening the daycare center, and then she would often stay after hours. So nobody was in the building when she was hearing these noises. On this particular day, she was opening the daycare. She went in that door that you saw at the end of the hall and noticed there was an iPad laying on the ground. This was really odd to her because these iPads are put into this like cabinet area that are hooked on like chargers. And she said they're very secure and they're like sitting up on charging decks, if that makes sense. She thought maybe an intruder came in or something, so she immediately notified the security officer who came and checked the camera footage. And that is the camera footage that you saw. Literally, the way that iPad just flings out of that cabinet is giving me chills right now. In the beginning, I feel like I also saw some kind of an orb object, but I've watched this video so many times and I feel like it's just unexplainable. Tell me what you saw in the video, if you saw the orbs like I did, or if you noticed anything else that's odd, and leave in the comments if you have any weird experiences like this.
The way that iPad flew across the room is hard to wrap your head around. Now here's a bit of context. The woman who shared this video works at the daycare and said there had been a series of strange occurrences long before this day. She'd often stay late in her office and hear what sounded like footsteps coming down the old wooden stairs, only to find no one there. Other times, faint noises would come from the classrooms after hours, toys rattling, drawers opening, whispers she couldn't quite make out. On the morning this footage was recorded, she arrived early and found one of the iPads lying on the floor. Now, she's the one who usually opens the daycare, so at that time, the building should have been completely empty, the iPads locked away in a cabinet as usual. Thinking it might have been a break-in, she called security. Omen people believe it's residual energy from when the building was still a church, that maybe the spirits of those who once gathered there never really left. Others think the conversion of the sacred space might have disturbed something that didn't want to be moved, but what do you think really happened inside that old daycare? In this next clip, a woman was walking down a quiet street late at night when her camera picked up something she couldn't explain. Watch.
Or the sub for you is going to be more. Everything's going up, but our wages aren't going up. Because I'm still seeing wages that are fucking pitiful on Indeed. Oh yay, I can make the same amount of money I made when I was out of high school, you know? Looks like there was a figure just standing right there. That's so crazy. I think it was my own shadow. That happens way too often.
At first glance, it looks like nothing more than a shadow, but take a closer look. The outline, the faint movement, and those glowing eyes staring straight at her. Some viewers think she may have caught a shadow figure, a manifestation often linked to dark energy or spiritual unrest. Others believe it's something far more physical, a creature that thrives in the dark, staying just beyond our understanding. There could be many other explanations for what she saw, like a trick of the light, an animal, or maybe something else entirely. But the idea that it could be something aware of her presence is what makes this clip so unsettling. Because if figures like this can move freely among us, unnoticed and unbothered, it makes you wonder what else is out there when the streets go quiet. So, what do you think she captured that night? And do you believe that some things walk among us, some seen and others we were never meant to see? Now, in this next clip, a woman named Keys has been dealing with strange activity in her home, the kind that keeps her up at night. But this time, she finally managed to catch something on camera. Watch this.
What is happening right now? First the door was moving, then I heard like talking, and then I keep seeing shadows. And for anyone telling me that I should go out there, yeah, why don't you go out there, please? Oh, it just opened and shut right in front of me. Oh man, I wish I could. Holy shit! Holy shit! Holy shit! I'm freaking out. And before anyone comes at me,
It's freaking the middle of October in Pennsylvania. It's freezing out, so I have no windows open. I have one fan that circulates throughout the whole room, and that door has never done that. Like, it's moved on its own, but never just like slammed shut like that. I can't believe I just caught that on camera. What the actual believe I just caught that. And of course I'm alone. Yay me. Fun times.
Whatever that was, it's not the first time she's seen it. Keyes says things like this have been happening for months. Objects moving on their own, lights flickering even when the power's stable, and that unsettling feeling that someone's standing right behind her when no one is there. She's tried everything from cleansing rituals to changing rooms, but nothing seems to stop it. And now, after this footage, she's starting to wonder if whatever's haunting her house might be getting stronger. If you've ever experienced something similar, drop your thoughts below. What did you do to make it stop? Because at this point, Keyes is running out of ideas and courage. Now, in this next clip, the popular Midwest ghost hunter Ian visits one of Nebraska's most haunted locations, the Argo Hotel. This place has a long and unsettling history. Years ago, when it was still a sanatorium, a woman named Alice reportedly died during childbirth in the basement. Since then, people say her spirit never left. They hear her crying softly in the hallways at night, sometimes calling for her baby. But here's the disturbing part. During renovations, workers found skeletal remains of an infant sealed inside one of the walls. Many believe it was Alice's child, and she's not the only one said to haunt this place. Guests staying in room 1 often complain about their blankets being tugged off in the middle of the night, or waking up to the sound of faint breathing right beside them. On November 28, 2024, Ian decided to spend the night alone inside the Argo Hotel, hoping to capture proof of what's really happening here. Watch.
That sounded like a lady's voice right there. I swear to God, I just heard that right behind me. Alice, is that you? She's that ghostly woman that they see wandering around. Could you say something again? I don't know if I'm just losing it, but I swear to God I heard that. I'm not hearing anything else. It's dead quiet. Alice, was that you I just heard? Whoa, whoa. There's something standing right over there. It was right behind that couch. There was something literally standing in that photo. It was like a mist or something. But I'm not seeing it anymore. It's completely gone.
So was that Alice still wandering these halls, or something else entirely? For more haunting videos including Ian, subscribe to the channel now. The following video is about a lady with an unusual hobby, collecting haunted dolls, and they're not just for display. According to her, each doll carries the spirit of a person who once lived, and her goal is to communicate with them, to understand their stories and share them with her audience. She even claims to have traced one of the spirits to its actual grave, naming each doll after the person believed to be attached to it, almost like preserving their memory through these objects. One day, during one of her live sessions, something happened. Watch.
There's nothing out there. Even the cats are confused. We have had scratching on the wall before. We've had scratching on the wall before. That's, unless she does it too, but that's always my wall scratching. I have wall scratching a lot. This is like a regular thing in my house. Usually Deanna, but I don't know why. Is that gonna stop? It's done now.
Some of her followers actually support what she's doing, saying she's giving these restless spirits a voice, helping them find peace, and treating them with respect instead of fear. In fact, many of her fans have developed the same fascination, even reaching out to her for recommendations on which haunted dolls to get and how to connect with them safely. But not everyone sees it that way. Others warn that she could be inviting dark or deceptive entities into her home. Spirits that pretend to be harmless but might grow more aggressive over time. Some even fear she's accidentally creating a portal that could attach itself not just to her, but to anyone watching her live streams. But what do you think? I'd love to hear your thoughts on this one. In this next clip, an explorer visits one of America's most notoriously haunted sites, the Ohio State Reformatory. With over 200 recorded deaths within its walls, it's said the building still holds on to the pain, violence, and despair that once filled its cells. Also, the massive echoing cell blocks are rumored to be crawling with activity, and visitors claim to have seen shadowy figures drifting from one cell to another, heard faint snoring when no one else was around, and felt a crushing sense of dread the deeper they went inside. But perhaps the most feared spot of all is what locals call the chair room, a small, bare chamber believed to house a particularly malevolent entity. Those who dare to taunt or challenge the spirit often leave with unexplained scratches or bruises, as if something invisible lashed out at them. While exploring different sections of the prison, this explorer captured something chilling on camera. Watch.
What the? That's some creepy ass shit. Hold on, no, I want to see this shit. Ain't nothing. I am.
After posting the footage, others who had visited the Reformatory began flooding the comments, sharing different encounters, strange sounds, sudden cold spots, and the overwhelming feeling that someone, or something, was watching them from the darkness. Now, in this next video, a man named David has been living through something absolutely terrifying for the past few days, and it's hard to explain what's really going on. Take a look.
I'm home alone. I'm hearing my own voice upstairs. The door won't stop knocking, and there's nobody there. This door keeps banging. I thought I was hearing my voice. Nobody's there. Go away! Open the door. Ooh, that was right over my shoulder. Who's... I'm giving you one chance to leave. I know what you're doing. It's not scaring me. It's not scaring anybody else. You need to leave now. Yeah, I got a feeling you're in this room, aren't you? Are you in here? This again. Okay. All right. If you're gonna play these games all night, I'm not gonna play. I'm not doing this. And now I hear the bathroom water on. Good grief. Get out!
At first glance, some might think this could be someone messing with him. But then, how is it possible for one person to be in different places at once? Doors slamming in separate rooms within seconds of each other, the doorbell ringing, a voice mimicking him from somewhere inside, and that strange image that appeared right at the door? Some people believe David could be dealing with a poltergeist, a spirit capable of manipulating sound, movement, and even imitating voices to confuse its target. Others think it could be a residual haunting, where intense energy from past trauma replays over and over. Doors banging, sounds echoing, like time itself repeating. But then there are those who say the mimic voice and that eerie image at the door suggest something far darker, an entity pretending to be human, trying to lure him closer. But what do you think David's really dealing with? In the following video, a man named Ethan steps outside after hearing soft meowing at his doorstep, only to find a stray cat sitting quietly outside. But what really rattled him wasn't the cat, it was what he saw next. Watch.
Oh gosh. So I got the stray cat out here, right? Now I'll check in on it. This thing's cute as f***. And I look up. This shit. What the f***? I'm gonna go look over. You know, real quick. Y'all see it? Oh, y'all see that shit though? Is this disappearing?
There are a lot of angles to look at this from. Could it be that someone intentionally left the cat there, waiting to see if he'd come out? Or could the cat itself be something else, or maybe just a pawn, used as a distraction for something far more sinister? Others think the cat might have even been possessed or influenced, perhaps drawn to the energy of something already lingering around his home. Another theory is that the cat wasn't there to lure him, it was there to warn him. And then there's the most unsettling part, the man standing in the distance. If we're being honest, none of these possibilities sound comforting. In fact, each one is its own kind of nightmare. But here's where it gets even stranger. Before the whole cat situation, Ethan had already been dealing with something creepy in his basement. Watch this.
I'm in the basement. I'm about to talk to this ghost or whatever it is. It's pretty scary. If you can't tell, my basement is scary as hell. But let's talk to it. Is there anybody in here? If you're in here, show yourself. Oh no, y'all see that? The f***? Hell no. Is that a f***? Oh f***. Oh hell no, hold up. Hold up. Is anybody in here? Oh hell no, I'm out. I'm out this place.
After people saw this clip, they started to take the entire situation more seriously. Some even advised him to try communicating with whatever presence might be connected to it. So one night, when he heard heavy footsteps circling his property, Ethan grabbed his rifle and stepped outside to confront, or maybe speak to, whatever was out there. This is what he saw.
So I got told to go talk to it. So I'm gonna go talk to it. It's dark as I can't see shit. I see a few trees. I don't know if y'all can see that. It's dark as yeah. And scary as hell. Oh hell no, what the is that? What the oh no.
Whatever he captured that night left more questions than answers. Theories range from a human intruder playing psychological games, to a spirit trying to manifest physically, or something darker that defies explanation altogether. But since that night, his account went silent, so until he provides updates or someone finds out what really happened, this case remains an unsettling mystery. In this next clip, a woman who recently bought an old house built in 1917 believes she's sharing her home with a ghost, though according to her, it's not a threatening one. The only reason she and her family installed cameras was to capture whatever happens when they're not around. One afternoon, while she was home with her daughter, the little girl suddenly called out, saying she heard a ghost inside the vent in the bathroom. Curious, the woman followed her in. Then, her daughter said, "Ghost, if you're here, do something." And almost immediately, they heard a loud sound coming from the kitchen. This is what the camera caught. Ever since she bought the house in 2023, she says at least 2 childlike spirits have revealed themselves, sometimes through soft giggles or the sound of running across the hall. And while she insists they're harmless and even protective of her daughter, not everyone agrees. Some viewers believe it's dangerous to assume that any spirit, especially one interacting with a child, has good intentions. Others think it could be something pretending to be innocent, something trying to earn their trust. Still, she remains calm and welcoming, saying the house feels peaceful. But is it really? Or could this be the calm before something much darker reveals itself? I'll leave you to be the judge of this one. Now, in this next video, the popular Midwest ghost hunter Ian continues his exploration through one of Nebraska's most haunted locations, the Argo Hotel. This time, he went into the old bar area, a spot that's gained quite a reputation over the years. According to past guests and staff, glasses have been seen sliding across tables, chairs shifting slightly on their own, and faint laughter echoing long after midnight. While recording, Ian decided to set his camera down and let it roll quietly. For a few minutes, nothing happened, but then this happened. Watch.
Could you tell me who you are? Not hearing him again. That was so weird. I wonder what would even cause that. There hasn't been any rumbling in the building, like at all. So how would you explain that? Could you move one of these cups down here? Oh God, that came from back in the dining room. Holy crap, that freaking scared me, whatever that was. Hello? Who's making noises in here? No way. No way, that just moved. Did I really just see that? No way. No way. Dude, this glass just slid across the freaking table. Literally before my eyes. I've got goosebumps all over my arms right now. Holy moly. Oh my gosh.
The glass sitting perfectly still on the table suddenly slid, like someone unseen had just nudged it forward. But there was no one in the room, no visible vibration, and no airflow strong enough to cause that kind of motion. When Ian reviewed the footage, he was stunned. Some viewers think the spirit of Alice, the woman said to haunt the Argo, may have followed him from the basement, while others believe it's tied to a different tragedy that took place in the bar decades ago. Either way, one thing's clear. Whatever haunts the Argo Hotel doesn't seem ready to rest, and the stories about this place might just be true. For more haunting videos including Ian, subscribe to the channel now. The following clip was recorded by a guy named Jay when he and his cousins went to a cemetery. Watch this.
Imagine somebody just walks in.
It's church time. Come inside.
What you scared me?
Come on, let's go, guys. Oh, I thought that was a flower.
Where?
Are you recording?
Yes. No, yeah, I heard that.
No, but no, you heard that, right?
According to Jay, when they reviewed the video again, he swore he heard a voice that didn't sound like any of them, almost like someone singing in the background. And then came the faint squeak of what sounded like a chair shifting across the ground. That's when they realized this wasn't just their imagination, the place was different. But what do you really expect from a cemetery, especially one like this? Locals say years ago a caretaker lived on the grounds and was found dead in his small office, slumped over in his chair, and some still claim they hear it creaking late at night. Others whisper about a woman who wanders between the headstones humming lullabies, searching for the grave of the child she lost. Some even claim to have heard names being called in voices they recognize, only to turn around and find no one there. With all of those tales already surrounding this graveyard, Jay can't help but wonder if what they captured is another piece of the puzzle, or just coincidence. What do you think? This next video was captured by a woman named Ayers, who's become known online for recording the weird things that happen around her house. At first, it was small, coins spinning on end in the middle of a table with no breeze, a framed photo sliding slowly across a mantle, but over the years, the activity grew stranger and, at times, frighteningly violent. One night, a stack of plates toppled as if shoved by an invisible hand. Another time, a lamp was flung across the room and smashed against the wall. This time, whatever was in the house focused its attention on a single spot and the camera caught every second. Have a look.
There you go, see? I knew I saw it. I don't know if you can see that. Ooh, I don't know if you got that then, but it sounded like a bit of a growl. I'm not scared here. Guys, are you seeing that? It's not me, look. There's nothing there. I'm keeping it there because I don't want to get my kids' pictures on. What the fuck? Oh, Christ. Sorry, Lord. Why are you moving my flowers now? Buy your own. Wow. It looks like you've rearranged them. How bizarre. My little girl got me those and I've had them for years. So please don't wreck them. Oh, that is messed up. Hello? Do you want to give me a message? Is there anything you want to tell me? Who are you? Oh, I've got a bit of a tap. I don't know if I can pick that up. If you are my father... Oh. See, this is why my head starts to go peeps, because every time I mention my dad, bad things start to happen. And it's like he's really trying to... I don't know, I just can't understand it myself. How bizarre. It's just crazy. If it's you, Dad, do something again, please. It's just some plastic flowers are not even real. Seems to be gone now. Well, I'll upload that, guys, and give me a comments and likes and tell me what you think. Bizarre.
Ayers admits the activity often spikes the moment she starts talking about her dad, a pattern she finds impossible to ignore. Skeptics say coincidence and camera tricks can explain a lot, but when movements become aggressive, it's harder to chalk it all up to gravity or a loose shelf. That raises a painful question she's had whispered back to her by viewers. If this is her dad trying to reach out, why would a loved one's spirit act like this? Why the anger, the sharpness of the movements, the times when it seems to be trying to get her attention rather than comfort her? The theories keep stacking. A number of viewers claim they've seen what looks like a Ouija board tucked away in a corner of one clip, a detail some say Ayers never mentioned. That possibility changes the tone. If there's been an attempted communication device in the house, maybe whatever answers came back weren't friendly. Others suggest a pendulum effect, that an invitation was made and something latched on. This is where things start to get pretty creepy. There's even older footage. Ayers posted a clip all the way back in 2014 showing the same kind of unexplained motion. That long timeline makes this harder to dismiss as a single prank or a one-off glitch. Have a look.
Is that it? I'm doing it all night, come on. Give me a break. What do you want? Guys, are you seeing it? Whoa. How is that possible? Come on, it's in a jar. At least they didn't lie to me. Cheers for that. Thank you. I am shaking.
So, if objects have been moving in inexplicable, often aggressive ways in your home for years, what could that mean? It could point to a persistent haunting, a presence that's attached to the location. It could be poltergeist-like activity tied to repeated emotional turmoil in the household. Or it could mean someone opened a door spiritually long ago and whatever came through never left. But like the other clips, I'll leave you to decide. It can seem cute when kids talk about having an imaginary friend they like to spend time with, but the moment they start panicking, pointing into thin air, or acting terrified at things no one else can see, that's when the situation takes a darker turn. And that's exactly what the mother in this next clip has been facing. Watch this.
Where's Halloween? I don't know. Show me. There. Where? There. Go over there and show me. Where? There. House. Go. What is it? Ghost.
She explained that she didn't post the video for attention, but out of real concern, hoping for advice. According to her, it's no longer just about bedtime stories or playful chatter. The child wakes up several times in the night, screaming as if something is right there in the dark. For a parent, it's terrifying, not knowing if this is all imagination, a sign of something psychological, or something much more unexplainable. And the more it happens, the harder it becomes for her to convince herself that nothing unusual is going on. Looking back, the mother admits this isn't the first time something strange has happened. A few months earlier, she would hear faint footsteps moving through the hallway at night when everyone else was asleep. She never thought much of it until her child began pointing to that same hallway, insisting there was someone there. Now, she can't shake the feeling that she might be overlooking something much bigger, so here's the question. What would you do if you were in her place? This next clip was posted by a woman whose mother runs a small in-home daycare. One afternoon, while the kids were playing, one little boy suddenly screamed and the moment was caught on the daycare's camera. But what the family discovered when they reviewed the footage later is what turned nervous laughter into real fear. Watch this.
What happened? Were you in there? Were you in there? No. Who knocked this over? Who knocked this over? Maybe it was just air. Yeah, what was it done? Well, I could have
It can't just be coincidence that the playhouse toppled right after the boy ran out screaming. And from the way he screamed, it's clear he saw something. That kind of scream isn't the sound of a stubbed toe or a toy gone wrong. It's the sound a child makes when something deeply instinctive tells them to run. Nobody could explain it at the time, but later the video was replayed, this time frame by frame, until someone noticed a detail almost hidden in the shadows. Watch again. Look closely at the doorway. When the footage was slowed down and zoomed, you can clearly make out a pair of pale hands gripping the doorway, then retreating back into the room right after the child lets out that piercing scream, as if whatever it was reacted to him running. Now, after seeing several comments and questions, the daycare owner's daughter posted this video.
I wanted to quickly show you exactly what it was that was scaring the little kid that my mom was watching. So pretty much, so firstly we have the house, and obviously you guys saw that it fell, but the other thing I wanted to point out was that it's pretty hefty, so it really doesn't make any sense that it would just fall on its own like that. So that's just something I wanted to point out. And this is the room. The crazy thing about this is that there was like markings at the top of the entranceway of like the doorway, and I guess in the video you can see hands gripping onto the doorway. I don't really know what to make of that. I thought at first that it was like bugs or something like that, but it looked almost like two hands like gripping on the top, like leading into this room, just like. But the main thing, and the reason that the little boy was screaming, is actually in here. We have this covered up for a reason. Apparently, the little boy told my mom that he saw a face in these mirrors. We already found someone who's going to take it off our hands and pick it up on Facebook Marketplace, but we have been keeping this room off limits.
They tried to get the boy to describe the face he saw, but he couldn't. He just screamed and would only say it was bad. To prevent this from happening again, they covered the mirror with a sheet so the other kids wouldn't be spooked and kept that room off limits while they investigated.
Sorry about the squeaking. I'm sitting on like this little, it's like a swing thing. I don't know. So my mom runs a daycare, as you probably like guessed. She's had it for a couple years now, a good while. She's pretty established with it. I wasn't home, I was out doing groceries, so I actually didn't see it in person. Okay, I came home and my mom showed me the video and I was like, oh my god. So the kids came in, everything was fine, and my mom went to go grab something from the living room. And then she heard the kids screaming and ran over, you know, just like immediately ran back. I mean, she's great at what she does, so obviously she did that. And yeah, so obviously she didn't know at the time. She really just thought like one of the kids had knocked it over, because I guess they were kind of rowdy earlier too, so she genuinely thought that they knocked it over. That's why she's like, you look at the footage, I mean, you guys saw it, like it literally just. So to me, at first when she was telling me, I was like, oh, that's kind of spooky, you know, but like I didn't really think anything of it. But then when I was like watching the video, it kind of really freaked me out. So yeah.
They tried to come up with normal explanations, maybe a camera glitch, perhaps a bug on the lens, or a doll's reflection catching the light, but many viewers disagreed. And then this next clip made people stop arguing about optics.
Holy shit. That's creepy. Do it again. Like, yeah, okay. Do it again. I'll wait. Do it again. Open the gate.
This time the child safety gate opens on its own on camera, and if you watch closely, something presses out against the sheet, like fingers pushing from the other side. The terrifying thing is, there shouldn't be another side. Under the sheet sits only a vanity mirror. There are no moving parts, no hidden compartment, nothing that should be able to press out against fabric like that. They still have no idea what was underneath the sheet, and they realized they needed to act fast for the kids' safety.
That we're gonna keep the room closed off from the kiddos for now, so they can play in the rest of the space. We actually are going to go ahead and get rid of the vanity. We put it on Facebook Marketplace. Obviously, we told them like, hey, like, we think that this is responsible for some weird haunting stuff. They said they were fine with it, so I don't know. This is closed off for now, so the kids are just gonna stay here and not in there anymore until we get this figured out.
The daycare owner is terrified. not just for herself, but for the parents who trust her. And she's desperately trying to figure out if this is a natural hazard, a prank that got out of hand, or something far darker. They've asked viewers for advice and haven't ruled out temporarily closing the daycare if a definitive safety risk is found. But until there's an explanation, or they post new videos, this remains a mystery. The following video was captured by Sarah and her friend Sean when they went to check out an abandoned building nobody in town goes near anymore. Watch this.
Hello? Was that your stomach? Was it? No. It wasn't? No. Amy, stop. No, it wasn't. That was not my. What the fuck? What the fuck is it? Are you sure?
I'm not kidding.
Okay. We didn't even shut the door. That's okay. You promised though?
Yes.
It sounded like a... Right? It sounded like it was right next to us.
It sounded like hello.
Yeah, and it sounded like it was right next to us. Okay. Just one more time. You promise that wasn't your stomach?
Baby. Yes.
I mean, I heard you right after go. Alright, well, we got what we came for. I've never ran from something so fast in my life. Wait, I've been recording.
You'll notice the entity replied instantly and knocked back when they knocked, and when they said hello, a voice responded. They didn't waste any time. They rushed out of there, their nerves completely shot. But what they found out afterward made their brief encounter even more chilling. Locals later told them that years ago, the building had been used as a boarding house, and that one of the tenants, a man who lived in the upper floor, was rumored to have died inside after being isolated and neglected. People say he spent his last days knocking on the walls, trying to get someone's attention, but no one ever came. Hearing that, Sarah and Sean couldn't shake the feeling that the knocks they heard weren't random creaks of an old building, but the desperate echo of someone still trying to answer back after all these years. Which makes you wonder, did they walk away from just another abandoned structure, or from a place where someone's voice is still waiting to be heard? Now, in this next clip, a man is describing the strange occurrences that have been plaguing his house when something else turns up on camera. Watch closely.
I've lived in this house for probably close to a year now, and I've never had anything happen here. I've never once thought that there was any kind of like haunting stuff going on or ghosts or anything like that. Until a couple weeks ago when I was given kind of a strange gift. I am really into like spooky decor, funeral home stuff, like all that. I love it. But a friend of mine messaged me and was like, hey, I'm at this estate sale and they have like all this funeral home stuff. Do you want any of it? They had an actual like embalming table, which I really wanted, but they were asking way too much money for it. They had all these old bottles and stuff like that. And I said, just give me something. And they ended up getting me these like lab grade like test tube things. And these are like legit Pyrex brand, like super high quality glass, right? Came from a funeral home. So I'm totally into it, right? So I bring them in the house, I clean them up, and I don't quite know where I'm gonna put them yet.
While he's mid-story, trying to explain the late-night noises and the odd chills, there's a figure standing just behind the door. Then, in a blink, it's gone. People jump to conclusions fast, calling it a malevolent presence, and it's easy to see why. The man had recently bought a handful of odd items at an estate sale, stuff that came from a closed funeral home. He chalked it up to quirky decor at first, but the soundscape around his house changed after that. Those delicate, high-pitched glass noises you get when a thin crystal or a lamp edge is tapped. A quick tinkle, a soft chime, the kind of clink that makes you turn your head. You'll hear those tiny glass notes echo through the night, check the room, and everything sits exactly where it should. He's no stranger to spooky decor, he collects the macabre on purpose, but even he says this is different. The items arrived silent, the house didn't. Now, with a shadow appearing in the doorway while he talks about it, the line between coincidence and something far darker feels dangerously thin. So, was that a trick of light, a camera artifact, or something that shouldn't be in his house at all? You decide. The lady in the next clip woke up at 4:19 a.m. by the sound of something heavy hitting the floor, a crash that made her heart pound. But when she got up to look, there was nothing out of place. She'd had a recent scare. Someone tried the front door a few nights earlier, so she didn't want to dismiss it. She pulled up the footage from the cameras she'd installed after the near break-in, and this is what she found. Watch. When she posted the clip, a few viewers suggested poltergeist-style activity, objects thrown or toppled by an unseen force when tensions or emotions are high in a home. She wants this to be a one-off, and she's already told close family it's probably nothing and that she'll double-check the hooks. But she also admits she sleeps with a lamp on now and checks the locks twice. So what do you think? Something to overlook, or something that shouldn't be dismissed that easily? I'll leave this one with you. This next clip was captured by another friendly ghost believer who claims the ghost haunting her house actually listens to her. Watch this.
So guys, my door. There's a ghost in my room and it closes my door. It's gonna be a while, but you're gonna see it. Come on, close it. You're almost there. Close my door. Close it. No, I don't want you to open it. Close it. Just close it already. Do it. Come on. I do not have all fucking day. Close it so I can go to sleep. Thank you, I guess.
Several people brushed it off as coincidence, but she insists otherwise. She says there are moments when she asks the ghost to stop slamming doors or to turn the lights back off, and to her surprise, it does. Sometimes it even feels like the activity changes depending on her mood, calmer when she's calm, louder when she's upset, almost as if it's responding to her. But isn't there a reason the words ghost and haunting are so often paired together? The very word haunting suggests something unsettling, a presence that lingers where it doesn't belong. Still, there are those who believe not all hauntings are meant to frighten. Some say spirits can linger out of attachment, sarmi, to a person, a place, or even a routine. And in those cases, they might not be hostile at all. They might even try to coexist in their own strange way. Others argue that what seems friendly could be a trick, pointing out that a presence that starts off harmless may shift over time, wearing down trust before revealing darker intentions. So, would you welcome a presence like this, or would you be looking for a way out? Now, this next video is about a man who believes his late wife's ghost is haunting him, and he claims he has several CCTV footage to prove it. Watch this.
Guys, this is just a quick update because I gotta get to work, but when I got up this morning to get my coffee, I walked into the kitchen and saw this. So I guess you guys were right that Activity seems to be picking up because I have been, doing renovations. I replaced all this stuff, this dishwasher, this stove, the oven hood there. But this morning when I came into the kitchen, I noticed the cabinet was open, and then I noticed this chair. So I checked the Ring video, and it definitely...
If it really is her, then it seems she doesn't approve of the new renovations he's made around the house. But that's not the only thing he's had to deal with. He says the TV sometimes switches to her favorite shows late at night, no matter what channel he leaves it on. He's found picture frames of them together moved to the floor, almost as if someone didn't want them displayed. And more than once, he's woken up to the faint scent of her perfume lingering in their bedroom, even though the bottle has been empty for years. At first, he thought it might have been comforting, like she was still with him. But now, with things being knocked over, lights flickering every time he talks about moving forward, and shadows caught on his cameras, it's starting to wear him down. So the real question is, if this truly is his wife's spirit, how does he find peace without feeling like he's abandoning her memory? And if it isn't her, then what exactly is haunting him, and how does he ever escape it? I'd love to hear your thoughts on this. The following clip was recorded by a woman who runs a cleaning business and spent the day at a mansion where the previous owners said every cat in the house had died in the same room. While she worked, she noticed a tiny movement just out of the corner of her eye, and at one point, a shadow that didn't match anything in the room. She shook it off because the work had to be done, but the house lingered with her. That night, after she left and tried to sleep, the nightmares began. She woke from a shallow dream of tiny paw prints crossing her kitchen floor and of a cramped, filthy room where something small and frightened tapped at a window that would never open. When she told friends, they chalked it up to the day's stress, until the next job proved otherwise.
Oigan, ¿qué es eso de ahí? No sé qué sea. ¿Escuchan? Se escucha como si golpearan la pared. Oigan, ¿qué es eso? ¿Qué podrá ser? No sé si logran escuchar. Aquí ya me han apagado la luz anteriormente. Me da miedo pasar por el pasillo. ¿Escucharon? Hello. Ay, no. Ya me quiero ir, estoy esperando la ropa, ya me quiero ir. Se está escuchando muchísimos ruidos. Escucha que gritan. ¿Qué será? Voy a poner la segunda parte. Se están escuchando muchísimas voces. Me tengo que ir.
The next job she had was at a house where the owner took his own life, and as she finished cleaning, she saw something strange.
Si a donde te acabas de mudar te espantan, has vivido o estás viviendo en un apartamento, miren chicos, esos dedos también se mira como marca de dedos. Es increíble cómo va a ser esa marca ahí si ya limpiamos. Además se ve como que si se hubiera agarrado de allá arriba. No puedo creerlo. Es que ya aquí prácticamente ya se terminó. Nada más es recoger eso y vámonos. Ya vámonos, güey. ¿Escuchaste la puerta? Ya vámonos. Sí. Ahorita te ayudo ahí. Sí. ¿Escuchaste cómo se escuchó la puerta? Sí. Ya nada más nos falta terminar aquí para irnos. ¿Miraste la mano que se quedó en el refri? Está de arriba. Así que, sí, ahí arriba. Ponme un comentario si donde vives espantan. No, ya sé, ya nos vamos a ir. O sabes que haya pasado algún crimen, algo malo, ponme un comentario.
The handprint was too small to be an adult's, and she'd cleaned every surface with bleach and steam. Nothing should have been left behind. People who follow her videos say her job makes her vulnerable, and that the work forces her into intimate spaces filled with memory, lies, and stale emotions. Luckily, she's found a way to protect herself, so taking anything home is not something she's worried about anymore. Now, in this next clip, the popular ghost hunter Ian continued his exploration at a cemetery near Timberlake Road with stories about the woman in white who lost her entire family in a single day and, unable to cope, ended her own life. As he walked deeper through the quiet street, he eventually found the cemetery where her family was laid to rest. And that's when things started happening.
Oh my god. Oh my god. That freaking sounds like children in there. I keep hearing like high-pitched voices. Hello? Ghostly children? Is that you I'm hearing? I definitely have the feeling that I am not alone in here. I am just waiting for something to pop out at me. Hello? Oh my god! Oh god, what the hell was that now? Freaking sounded like something rustling over here in one of these bushes. I mean, it could be an animal, to be fair. Hello? Dude, that was a freaking child's voice again. I'm getting freaked out already. I just barely entered this place.
At first, Ian pulled out his spirit box to try and open a line of communication, but before he could even focus on the static voices, something else caught his eye.
How old are you? What was that? What was that? Holy moly, something just flew by that freaking tree over there. Oh my god, what the heck was that? Hello?
A pale shape drifted just out of view, gone before he could get a clear look. And then, by one of the graves, he noticed something strange. A ball, perfectly still on the ground. Ian swore it wasn't there moments earlier, but as he raised his camera to take a few pictures, what he saw left him absolutely stunned.
Little boy or little girl, whoever you are, could you move? this ball again, just like you did. Even just a little tiny bit. That would be wonderful. Whoa! Whoa, whoa, whoa! Oh my god! Oh my god! What was that? Dude, something just showed up in that photo. It was a freaking figure. It was standing right there. Standing right by the freaking tombstone. Holy sh**. Oh my god. Holy crap, dude. It was literally just standing there. Vivid. It looked like a little kid. Short in stature. It was almost as tall as this freaking gravestone. I'm sorry, I hope I didn't scare you. You just kind of scared me a little bit. Oh my freaking god. I want to look back at that photo, but I want to keep taking them just in case something else shows up. I think I'm going to take a look at it. Oh my god, there it is. There it is. Holy shit, dude, that's like a freaking figure. It literally looks like a child. Oh my god. It literally looks like a freaking child standing there. Except it's like non-physical. Like a spirit. Oh my god, that is absolutely insane. Holy crap. I have got goosebumps everywhere right now. No way! No way! No way! It freaking just rolled over there now! Holy shit!
This was the moment Ian decided he'd gone far enough. He left the cemetery unsettled and unsure if he had just crossed paths with the woman in white herself, or if it was the restless spirits of her children reaching out through the silence. Either way, one thing is clear. Something still lingers here, and it doesn't want to be forgotten. For more haunting videos including Ian, subscribe to the channel now. In the following video, Mosh explains that he believes he's been stalked by something dangerous. Over the past few weeks, he's mentioned waking up to footsteps pacing outside his bedroom door, shadows slipping past his hallway even when all the lights are off, and his unplugged TV flickering to life in the middle of the night. He's also talked about hearing low whispers, words he can't make out, coming from corners of the house he refuses to enter alone anymore. But one morning around 5 a.m., things escalated. Watch.
There's nobody here. It's just me and I'm shaking so hard because I just came down the stairs to make coffee, and I was doing that, and then I turned around and I saw something, and then I came over to look, and I heard footsteps coming down the stairs. Like you know when you hear the stairs coming and you know which way somebody's coming, up or down. You can tell which way somebody's coming. So I heard somebody coming down the stairs, and it's 5 in the morning, so it's not my dad or my mom. They're out here. They're still sleeping. I heard whispering, and I heard footsteps coming down the stairs. Oh my god. Okay. Hi, cat. Hi. Hey, beautiful. You scared the crap out of me. I thought you were something different. Oh my gosh. Okay. Oh my god. It didn't sound like you were coming down the stairs though. It sounded heavy. Why are you down here so early?
Whatever this was didn't just feel random to him. It felt intentional, like something had been creeping closer and finally decided to make itself known. Now, with everything he's been experiencing, people advised him to do an egg cleanse. In the paranormal world, an egg cleanse is believed to pull out negative energy or spiritual attachments, almost like wiping off something clinging to your aura. If the egg cracks strangely, turns cloudy, or shows dark shapes inside after the cleanse, many believe it's a sign that something unwanted was attached to you. And for someone living in Appalachia, where folklore, spirits, and strange encounters are practically part of everyday life, viewers weren't exactly surprised. They've heard enough stories from the mountains to know. When something starts following you out there, you pay attention. In this next clip, a group of explorers went to visit Selma Mansion in Norristown. a place steeped in dark history and ghost stories. Legend has it that during the Victorian era, the mother of the Knox family and several of her children died in that very mansion. Since then, visitors have reported strange, mischievous activity. Cabinet doors slamming open and shut on the 3rd floor, and shadowy figures glimpsed deep in the basement. People whisper that the spirits of the Knox children are still playing their old games. So when the explorers arrived, they didn't waste time. They set up a spirit box session, hoping to communicate with whatever might still linger in the walls. But things didn't stay calm for long. Watch this.
So did you like this toy? Hello.
Are you the one slamming the gate?
Yeah. Turn my toy back on, please. No. You hate it?
No, it's still say notice me or something.
You not like the flashing lights?
As they tried to pick up responses, something unmistakably out of place moved. One of the team said the air felt thick, like a weight pressing down on them, making every breath feel heavy. Now the question is this solid proof that the rumors about the Knox children haunt the mansion, or is there a different explanation we're missing? Now, in this next video, a man captures something he's certain isn't normal. He was sitting on the couch watching TV like any other night when he suddenly heard a soft jingle. The zipper on his wife's handbag, the same bag that had been sitting untouched for hours. No one walked past it, no one brushed against it, nothing. Just a sudden metallic rattle in a perfectly still room. Curious and a little uneasy, he got up to check what was going on. But the moment he moved closer, this happened. How do you explain something that hasn't been touched for hours suddenly shifting on its own? No breeze, no pets. Normally, he and his wife might have shrugged it off. But recently, too many strange things have been happening in that house for them to ignore. Just 2 nights earlier, the wife said she saw a shadow walk past the doorway, even though her husband was asleep beside her. So when the bag moved on its own, it didn't feel random. It felt like part of a pattern, something building and getting bolder. Paranormal or not, one thing is clear. Something in that house is trying to make itself known. In this next video, a man was in his room watching a movie when he suddenly realized something strange was happening in his bathroom. And to this day, he still has no idea what he walked into. Take a look.
Oh shit. Guys, I'm here watching the Polar Express movie, my favorite movie, and something is screaming from the bathroom. Or towards that area. I heard something from over here. Shit. Shit. Who's in here? If you're in here, come on out. Come on out, I said. Come on out now. Something bad. Something stinks. If you're in the bathroom, come on out. Come on out. Oh shit. Come on out now. Come on out. Ah shit. Oh shit. Hey. Who's in the bathroom now? Oh shit. Oh shit, it's nobody. Oh shit. Oh. Oh. Ah, fuck. Oh, shit. I just saw something. I'm getting the out of here. Stay the fucking.
The very first thing that hit him when he opened the door was the smell. Sharp, sour, and overwhelming. A sudden bad odor appearing out of nowhere is almost never a good sign, especially in paranormal circles. Many believe that foul smells can signal a spirit trying to manifest, or something darker trying to draw attention to itself. But what really unsettled viewers was something he hadn't even considered at first. He had two mirrors facing each other. For a lot of people who study or follow the paranormal, that setup is a big red flag. Two mirrors facing each other are believed to create an infinite reflection, a kind of open tunnel or energy loop that some say can invite activity or amplify whatever is already present in the home. So when you combine all of this, the sudden foul smell, the strange disturbance in the bathroom, and the mirror-to-mirror setup, whatever he walked into wasn't random. But as always, I'll leave you to be the judge. The following video was recorded by a man who has never been able to stay in one apartment for long. Every time he settles somewhere new, things start out normal, until a few months pass. Then the same pattern begins. Unexplainable noises, objects shifting on their own, and that unnerving feeling of being watched. And in this new house, the activity has already started. Only this time, each encounter seems worse than the last. One night, just as he was about to go to bed, he heard someone banging on his door. Watch closely.
Right, banging again. It's like something on the stairs. You can't hear it though. I can. Yeah. It's weird. It's not next door. It's like the what the might be pipes in floorboard. So every time I look, there's nothing there, though. On the stairs, quick. Nothing there. I need to turn some shit. Turn the water up. Freaking myself out.
If you look carefully, you'll notice a dark figure in a hoodie just standing there, watching him. But here's the real question. Could watching be the only thing this figure can do? Because the idea that someone is quietly observing you inside your own home is already disturbing. The kind of fear that sticks with you, makes you double check your locks, keeps you awake at night, wondering what you didn't hear or didn't see. But with cases like this, it's almost never a one-time thing. Watch this.
There's something banging then. Something was banging. I'm talking to myself. Something was just banging, like on my stairs. Dusty as being a Is that a nib as well? What's that? There's something there. What the? Freaking myself out, man. What the What the
Whatever is in this house, it's getting bolder. And to make matters worse, viewers have pointed out that his videos show a crazy amount of orbs. So what do you think he's actually dealing with here? Is this man simply unlucky with every home he chooses? Or is something following him from place to place? You decide. Now, in this next video, a ghost hunter named Donnie has been dealing with a sudden spike in activity inside his home, and it's all happened within the past 3 weeks. According to him, whatever is going on didn't start randomly. He believes something followed him home after an EVP session, and every day since, the activity has been getting stronger. One morning, he woke up to the sound of someone running down his stairs, fast, loud, and heavy, but here's the part that chilled him. He was completely alone. He grabbed his phone and started recording. Take a look.
Oh, what the? Off. Right off. Who's here? Who's here? Me. Do you see that? That should not be good. Who's going up my stairs? Hey, buddy. You okay? Who's here? Are you okay? Are you okay? Holy sh... This has got to stop. Fuck that. Two swinging lights. I don't know what the you can't be here. You have to go. I didn't tell you to come here. So I'm the only one here. Ever since this is getting way...
Objects moving on their own, cupboards swinging open, footsteps on floors where nobody should be, and sharp knocks echoing through the house. These aren't occasional events anymore, they're becoming aggressively common, but something else made him truly terrified. Watch this.
I want you at the top of the stairs. You come, come on, this is your playroom. This is our playroom, don't be scared. Come on, buddy. This is your basement. This is me in your basement. Come on. Terry, you don't gotta be scared. You come with me. Come on. Think something's down here? Come on. Come with Daddy. Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. You don't have to be scared. You come with me. What, someone up there? You okay? What's that look for? You look... Are you scared, buddy? You don't have to be scared. You're a good boy.
You don't have to be scared. I'll pick you up. You want me to pick you up? Come here. You want to come? I'll protect you. Okay. This is his basement. You don't have to. I've never seen. Why aren't you coming? Hey?
After that, he went down to the basement to try to figure out why his dog was acting that way. And that's when the situation crossed into something far more unsettling.
So, it's holy water. Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come. What the? Thy will be done on earth as is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses. This is the stair. Holy Father. Forgive. You cannot stay here. You are not welcome. I did not invite you. Are you okay? You don't have to be scared. You stick with me, okay? What did you see? Did you see something? Holy shit. Did I not just close that? No, I left that open. Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come. Thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread. Forgive us our trespasses. We forgive those who trespass against us. For thine is the kingdom, the power, and the glory, forever and ever. Amen. That's... You gotta go. You were not invited here. You're not wanted here. Okay, I got you set up. You're pointing towards that. All right. The top of this scare case is where I thought I saw a shadow. And this... that was moving like that.
For someone who has been inside more haunted locations than most people will ever step foot in, it's easy to understand why Donnie thinks something attached itself to him and followed him home. But until we get more updates from him, this case remains an unresolved and very alarming mystery. Now in this next video, the popular Midwest ghost hunter Ian continues his deep dive into one of Nebraska's most notoriously haunted locations, the Argo Hotel. This time, he headed straight into the basement, a part of the building many people refuse to enter. According to long-standing rumors, the basement is home to the spirit of a little girl who used to run and play down there, and there's also an old piano said to start playing by itself when no one is around. When Ian reached the bottom of the stairs, he began trying to communicate with whatever presence might still linger there. At first, everything was quiet, just that heavy, stale basement air. But then, this happened.
What the hell was that? Whatever it was, it sounded loud. And metal. Did you just move something in here? Oh God. Oh God. Oh fuck. Oh fuck. I know exactly what that was now. It was that freaking doctor's table. Or whatever the heck that is. Oh God. I don't think I could stay down here much longer. Dude, that thing just freaking moved. All by itself. Just take deep breaths. You can get through this. Oh God. Look at that thing. It was literally up against the wall. And now look, it is way out here. In the freaking drawer. The drawer's open too. That wasn't open before. Was this one of the doctor's tables that was used in this hospital? Oh my God. All right, I'm legitimately like ready to go. I don't want to be down here. That literally sounded like a little girl. Little girl's voice.
It sounded like a child's voice, and the moment Ian heard it, he froze. He couldn't shake the feeling that the stories he'd heard were no longer just rumors. Something was down there. And after this moment, Ian wasn't the only one convinced that the basement holds a spirit that never really left. For more haunting videos including Ian, subscribe to the channel now. The following video was captured by Sarah and her friend Sean when they went to check out an abandoned building nobody in town goes near anymore. Watch this.
Hello? Was that your stomach? Was it?
No.
It wasn't?
No.
Amy, stop. No, it wasn't.
That was not my.
What the fuck? What the fuck is it? Are you sure?
I'm not kidding.
Okay. We didn't even shut the door. That's okay. You promise though?
Yes.
Okay. It sounded like a... Right? It sounded like it was right next to us.
It sounded like hello.
Yeah, and it sounded like it was right next to us. Okay. Just one more time. You promise that wasn't your stomach?
Baby. Yes.
I mean, I heard you right after go. Alright, well, we got what we came for. I've never ran from something so fast in my life. Wait, I've been recording.
You'll notice the entity replied instantly and knocked back when they knocked, and when they said hello, a voice responded. They didn't waste any time. They rushed out of there, their nerves completely shot. But what they found out afterward made their brief encounter even more chilling. Locals later told them that years ago, the building had been used as a boarding house, and that one of the tenants, a man who lived in the upper floor, was rumored to have died inside after being isolated and neglected. People say he spent his last days knocking on the walls, trying to get someone's attention, but no one ever came. Hearing that, Sarah and Sean couldn't shake the feeling that the knocks they heard weren't random creaks of an old building, but the desperate echo of someone still trying to answer back after all these years. Which makes you wonder, did they walk away from just another abandoned structure, or from a place where someone's voice is still waiting to be heard? Now, in this next clip, a man is describing the strange occurrences that have been plaguing his house when something else turns up on camera. Watch closely.
I've lived in this house for probably close to a year now, and I've never had anything happen here. I've never once thought that there was any kind of like haunting stuff going on or ghosts or anything like that. Until a couple weeks ago when I was given kind of a strange gift. I am really into like spooky decor, funeral home stuff, like all that. I love it. But a friend of mine messaged me and was like, hey, I'm at this estate sale and they have like all this funeral home stuff. Do you want any of it? They had an actual like embalming table, which I really wanted, but they were asking way too much money for it. They had all these old bottles and stuff like that. And I said, just give me something. And they ended up getting me these like lab grade like test tube things. And these are like legit Pyrex brand, like super high quality glass, right? Came from a funeral home. So I'm totally into it, right? So I bring them in the house, I clean them up, and I don't quite know where I'm gonna put them yet.
While he's mid-story, trying to explain the late night noises and the odd chills, there's a figure standing just behind the door. Then, in a blink, it's gone. People jump to conclusions fast, calling it a malevolent presence, and it's easy to see why. The man had recently bought a handful of odd items at an estate sale, stuff that came from a closed funeral home. He chalked it up to quirky decor at first, but the soundscape around his house changed after that. Those delicate, high-pitched glass noises you get when a thin crystal or a lamp edge is tapped. A quick tinkle, a soft chime, the kind of clink that makes you turn your head. He'll hear those tiny glass notes echo through the night, check the room, and everything sits exactly where it should. He's no stranger to spooky decor, he collects the macabre on purpose, but even he says this is different. The items arrived silent, the house didn't. Now, with a shadow appearing in the doorway while he talks about it, the line between coincidence and something far darker feels dangerously thin. So, was that a trick of light, a camera artifact, or something that shouldn't be in his house at all? You decide. The lady in the next clip woke up at 4:19 a.m. by the sound of something heavy hitting the floor, a crash that made her heart pound. But when she got up to look, there was nothing out of place. She'd had a recent scare. Someone tried the front door a few nights earlier, so she didn't want to dismiss it. She pulled up the footage from the cameras she'd installed after the near break-in, and this is what she found. Watch. When she posted the clip, a few viewers suggested poltergeist-style activity, objects thrown or toppled by an unseen force when tensions or emotions are high in a home. She wants this to be a one-off, and she's already told close family it's probably nothing and that she'll double-check the hooks. But she also admits she sleeps with a lamp on now and checks the locks twice. So what do you think? Something to overlook, or something that shouldn't be dismissed that easily? I'll leave this one with you. This next clip was captured by another friendly ghost believer who claims the ghost haunting her house actually listens to her. Watch this.
So guys, my door. There's a ghost in my room and it closes my door. It's gonna be a while, but you're gonna see it. Come on, close it. You're almost there. Close my door. Close it. No, I don't want you to open it. Close it. Just close it already. Do it. Come on. I do not have all but close it so I can go to sleep. Thank you, I guess.
Several people brushed it off as coincidence, but she insists otherwise. She says there are moments when she asks the ghost to stop slamming doors or to turn the lights back off, and to her surprise, it does. Sometimes it even feels like the activity changes depending on her mood, calmer when she's calm, louder when she's upset, almost as if it's responding to her. But isn't there a reason the words ghost and haunting are so often paired together? The very word haunting suggests something unsettling, a presence that lingers where it doesn't belong. Still, there are those who believe not all hauntings are meant to frighten. Some say spirits can linger out of attachment, sarmi, to a person, a place, or even a routine. And in those cases, they might not be hostile at all. They might even try to coexist in their own strange way. Others argue that what seems friendly could be a trick, pointing out that a presence that starts off harmless may shift over time, wearing down trust before revealing darker intentions. So, would you welcome a presence like this, or would you be looking for a way out? Now, this next video is about a man who believes his late wife's ghost is haunting him, and he claims he has several CCTV footage to prove it. Watch this.
Guys, this is just a quick update because I gotta get to work, but when I got up this morning to get my coffee, I walked into the kitchen and saw this. So I guess you guys were right that activity seems to be picking up because I have been, doing renovations. I replaced all this stuff, this dishwasher, this stove, the oven hood there, but this morning when I came into the kitchen, I noticed the cabinet was open, and then I noticed this chair. So I checked the Ring video, and it definitely...
If it really is her, then it seems she doesn't approve of the new renovations he's made around the house. But that's not the only thing he's had to deal with. He says the TV sometimes switches to her favorite shows late at night, no matter what channel he leaves it on. He's found picture frames of them together moved to the floor, almost as if someone didn't want them displayed. And more than once, he's woken up to the faint scent of her perfume lingering in their bedroom, even though the bottle has been empty for years. At first, he thought it might have been comforting, like she was still with him. But now, with things being knocked over, lights flickering every time he talks about moving forward, and shadows caught on his cameras, it's starting to wear him down. So the real question is, if this truly is his wife's spirit, how does he find peace without feeling like he's abandoning her memory? And if it isn't her, then what exactly is haunting him, and how does he ever escape it? I'd love to hear your thoughts on this. The following clip was recorded by a woman who runs a cleaning business and spent the day at a mansion where the previous owners said every cat in the house had died in the same room. While she worked, she noticed a tiny movement just out of the corner of her eye, and at one point, a shadow that didn't match anything in the room. She shook it off because the work had to be done, but the house lingered with her. That night, after she left and tried to sleep, the nightmares began. She woke from a shallow dream of tiny paw prints crossing her kitchen floor and of a cramped, filthy room where something small and frightened tapped at a window that would never open. When she told friends, they chalked it up to the day's stress, until the next job proved otherwise.
Oigan, ¿qué es eso de ahí? No sé qué sea. ¿Escuchan? Se escucha como si golpearan la pared. Oigan, ¿qué es eso? 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 ¿ ¿Qué podrá ser? No sé si logran escuchar. Aquí ya me han apagado la luz anteriormente. Me da miedo pasar por el pasillo. ¿Escucharon? Hello. Ay, no. Ya me quiero ir, estoy esperando la ropa, ya me quiero ir. Se está escuchando muchísimos ruidos. Escucha que gritan. ¿Qué será? Voy a poner la segunda parte. Se están escuchando muchísimas voces. Me tengo que ir.
The next job she had was at a house where the owner took his own life, and as she finished cleaning, she saw something strange.
Si a donde te acabas de mudar te espantan, has vivido o estás viviendo en un apartamento, miren chicos, esos dedos también se mira como marca de dedos. Es increíble cómo va a ser esa marca ahí si ya limpiamos. Además se ve como que si se hubiera agarrado de allá arriba. No puedo creerlo. Es que ya aquí prácticamente ya se terminó. Nada más es recoger eso y vámonos. Ya vámonos, güey. ¿Escuchaste la puerta? Ya vámonos. Sí. Ahorita te ayudo ahí. Sí. ¿Escuchaste cómo se escuchó la puerta? Sí. Ya nada más nos falta terminar aquí para irnos. ¿Miraste la mano que se quedó en el refri? Está de arriba. Así que, sí, ahí arriba. Ponme un comentario si donde vives espantan. No, ya sé, ya nos vamos a ir. O sabes que haya pasado algún crimen, algo malo, ponme un comentario.
The handprint was too small to be an adult's, and she'd cleaned every surface with bleach and steam. Nothing should have been left behind. People who follow her videos say her job makes her vulnerable, and that the work forces her into intimate spaces filled with memory, lies, and stale emotions. Luckily, she's found a way to protect herself, so taking anything home is not something she's worried about anymore.